American medical TV dramas are all the rage these days, and The Resident, which first aired in 2018, is also topping the charts. And with the latest season dropping soon, here's why The Resident Season 5 is going to change everything. Firstly, The Resident Journey. The Resident was introduced by Fox in 2018 and has been portraying the adventurous lives of a group of young resident doctors as they train for medical specialization. These residents work at Chastain Memorial, which is a fictional hospital in America hosting tons of patients each day. The series shot to fame because of its portrayal of America's broken healthcare system, especially after Obamacare was abolished in the country. You might not be aware of this, but this show belonged to Showtime until its pre-production era and was officially bought by Fox in 2017. It's also based on a book written by author and Dr. Marty McCary, who is also a teacher at Johns Hopkins University. In May 2020, Amy Holden Jones was in charge of the show's production. If that name doesn't ring a bell, you'll be surprised to know that she's the same person who wrote the screenplay for the famous steamy romance movie Indecent Proposal that starred Demi Moore and Woody Harrelson and was released in 1993. She also worked on Brian Levant's cult classic family comedy film Beethoven in 1992, which featured the famous actors Bonnie Hunt and Charles Grodin. Antoine Fuqua, who is a talented veteran filmmaker, comic artist, and music video director, also joined her in this venture, and they both started shooting The Resident together. Secondly, the cast. The show hosts a diverse cast, with Matt Czuchry as the male protagonist. If you're not too sure who that is, Czuchry played Logan Huntsberger in the successful teen series Gilmore Girls. The female lead is played by Canadian actress Emily VanCamp. You might remember her from her performance in 2000's Everwood. We also have a veteran African-American actor, Malcolm Jamal Warner, who's quite literally a lifesaver in the show. The show also hosts a range of supporting actors in important roles, including Shawnette Renee Wilson, Manish Dayal, and Bruce Greenwood. When is Season 5 coming out? As you probably already know, the show has successfully completed 4 seasons now, and Season 5 is all set for release sometime around May 2022. This is because the show was renewed recently and received a second season order from Fox not too long ago. Despite this, there is a very good chance that it's going to return to Fox in September or October. And since Fox is minting a lot of money out of The Resident, they probably want it back as soon as possible. Parenting in Season 5. Season 5 of The Resident is reportedly all about that parental love. Things are changing for the residents as they take breaks from their hectic work life and make space in their lives for love and family. And it looks like some characters are going to be focusing on parenting this season. Now that Conrad has a baby with Nick, the new parents will definitely have their hands full. So the audience can expect to see them juggle the obligations of parenting with their professional work. An adoption also took place at the end of the latest season between Jake and Greg, and the baby was named Sammy. So that's another couple experiencing the joy of a new family in the show. And while some deal with sorrow, others will have to work on their family life as new characters are added to the show. Season 5 and Emily VanCamp's departure. Season 5 is also throwing a lot of sadness at us with some major character deaths. After the 4th season of The Resident ended with a finale that seems shockingly normal, the show has decided that they're going to be dropping a major character as they step into the latest season. Even though medical dramas are full of shockers and deaths, no one could have seen this coming. Reportedly, the show is going to be losing Emily VanCamp, who is one of the main characters right now. She has played Nick Nevin on the show since the very first episode, so people are clearly not happy to hear of this development. VanCamp has exited the show herself before the 5th season, so it was her own choice to not renew her contract. But fans are still dismayed by this development since Nick Nevin's character still had so much to achieve on the show. Now that VanCamp has decided to leave for good, Season 5 will somehow have to start without Nick and also manage to tie off the loose ends in the process. And since the Season 4 finale clearly didn't set up VanCamp leaving, the showmakers are in for some difficult last-minute storytelling. News of her exit also changes everything for the show because the events of Season 4 gave no indication that Conrad and Nick were in for any kind of tragedy. In fact, the couple was very much in love and were also focusing on a future raising their daughter together. The pair also has great chemistry and is a fan favorite pairing, so the audience is definitely going to miss watching them on screen together. One of their most uplifting scenes included their wedding, which came on the heels of the pandemic ending in the show. People are also wondering how Conrad is going to join the show now that Emily has been written out. Will he just be a single dad to their baby? Whatever he decides to do, the whole situation continues to be tragic for their little family. You'll be surprised to know that the showmakers are also going all out and not giving Nick's character any chances to return. It's not like she's taking a sabbatical or going on holiday. The latest teaser has made it clear that Nick is definitely not going to be able to rejoin the show's story again. The trailer hosts a shot shot of just Conrad standing over their daughter's crib, with the baby already standing. Nick is nowhere around him, and the atmosphere looks gloomy as Conrad stands with his daughter. After this, the final shot shows a pair of police officers knocking on Conrad's door with a somber expression on their faces, and a serious-looking Conrad opens the door. He looks worried and also has his daughter in his arms. Nick is nowhere to be seen around him, so fans are assuming that the police might be there to give him news about her. And it doesn't seem like they're about to give him any good news, so Conrad is definitely in for a tragedy in season 5. If you're wondering why VanCamp left abruptly, she hasn't yet announced her reason for departing the series, but people are assuming it has something to do with her big return to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Maybe she doesn't have any time left in her schedule for this smaller Fox show. VanCamp also recently gave birth to a daughter in real life, so she might be busy juggling her new responsibilities as a parent. The changes in season 5. Season 4 ended with Chastain losing an important member of their family when Mina decided to return to Nigeria, but we also got ourselves some newcomers, including Billy and Leela, who are now going to be regulars in the show. The decision to make them series regulars was appreciated by fans who are already in love with both the characters. Leela and Devin have also grown closer, and we might see some romance between the two in the next season. Now that Chastain is going through all these changes, the residents' professional lives are also being affected. Conrad has finally become the chief resident after all his hard work, and Kit is now leading everyone as the chief of the hospital. The hospital has also gone through some major changes, one of the most important ones being that it has gone public. The residents will have to adapt to all the challenges that come with this in the next season. Also, we'll be hearing more about the miracle sickle cell drug that saved lives in the last season. The drug saved Rose's life and also put Chastain in a truce with Big Pharma. If you remember, the hospital hates Big Pharma and wants nothing to do with how they exploit people, but you might see them forming some alliances over the sickle cell drug in the next season. Season 5 has also revealed their logline. The season is going with the phrase, "Healing starts within," and fans are wondering what that's supposed to mean for the characters in Chastain. Will characters find space to heal from the emotional trauma and stress they've been through, or will they experience more sadness in the new season? We can only wait and watch. Frauds and hackings. The Chastain crew has always fought to protect their patients and fight corruption in the system, but now that they have a new alliance with Big Pharma, they'll face some dangerous new adversaries in the 5th season of the show. The teaser has suggested that Chastain might face some dangerous hacking that will cause chaos at the hospital, so all our favorite characters are going to be scrambling to save information saved in the Chastain logs. It also looks like some patients are going to be threatened by this hacking. The teaser includes Kit stating that if they don't pay, people will die, so clearly the Chastain crew is fighting some bad guys this season. And with that, we'll end this video. Thanks for watching.